All right, this is a little video to show some really neat little off the rail shots that everybody needs to know how to shoot. Really easy shots. They come up quite often. So let's say we're playing a game of 8-ball, and I've got this here as a blocker. Here's the 8-ball. I don't want to make it so we can just shoot and stop and then bank the 8. So we're going to put a little blocker up here like this. So we have to get over here on this side to get a shot on this 8-ball. So like these two balls are frozen to the rail, just like that, separated by a diamond, and there's a diamond width from here to the pocket. This is a left hand shot. I'm using English from this side of the cue ball just to shoot this ball, and the cue ball kind of goes this way, hits it, and then bounces back out over here. I can put a little bit of draw on it and get it over here, but we don't need to. But I'll show you both ways. The trick to the shot is to not shoot it straight like this, straight parallel to the rail with the left spin, because the cue ball is going to squirt into the rail and bounce out and go that way. It may end up hitting the ball, but it's going to go that way away from the ball. So the trick is to aim from this side, coming in at an angle like this. You could use the backhand English method by lining center to center like this, and then just slightly pivoting your cue over it. And I'm putting about half a tip of left spin, and my tip is pointed at the first quarter on this ball, halfway between the outer edge of the ball and the center of the ball. The first quarter, I'm laying right there through the left hand side of the ball, not like this parallel to the rail, because like I said, the cue ball goes into the rail, comes out, and does that. But if you line it up center to center and then just slightly shift this way, now I'm coming from this area this way across the ball, applying left spin at an angle and aimed at that quarter on the ball, so it comes out. Now I can shoot the shot with a little bit. When I say a little bit, I'm just using half a tip of left hand spin. The right hand side of my shaft is even with the center of the cue ball, and my tip is just to the left of the center of the cue ball. Now if I just drop down a tiny bit and put a little bit of left on it also, a little bit of low on that left, I get that. You can shoot the same shot if the 8-ball were here, up there. I don't know if you can see it from the camera angle, but say the 8-ball is up table, and I don't want to just shoot and stop it here. I want to shoot it and drift the cue ball up. I'm going to shoot it just a little firmer, and maybe just put a little touch of top. So I'm going half a tip to the left, a little tiny bit above center, and I'm still aiming from this direction to the first quarter on this side of that object ball. So it's going to look like this. I'm going to get the cue ball up here, and I've got the 8 right there. So that's the first little shot, and it comes up. It comes up a lot. It doesn't come up as much as the other shots we're going to see. It works from a distance too. The only thing is from out here, it's a little bit more guesswork, because the action, this cue ball comes this way and then goes into that ball. And from out here, it's a little trickier to do, and I probably won't make it. See? On a diamond table anyway, it's a little tougher. You could just experiment with it and see if you're this far apart, 2 diamonds, where would you have to aim? That time I aimed for the same quarter, but maybe I need to aim more like a 3/8 if you're familiar with Poolology. Let's see. I'm going for the 3/8. That's a lot closer, but it's enough of that shot. Let's see. So let's say now we're straight in, but this ball's off the rail about 1/4 inch. So it looks like that. These are the easiest shots in the world. The first one there takes a little practice because you're using a little side spin, and the cue ball action has to be just right. The distance has to be right to make it all work out. But this one here, all you have to do here is shoot a soft, medium, soft draw shot. Aim at the gap. I mean, aim straight through. I'm putting about one and a half tips of low, straight bottom English. And I'm aiming straight through the vertical part of that cue ball to split my tip in that little gap. And it works great. I'm just splitting the gap that I can see there, just like that. A little straight draw shot. That works anytime the object ball is 1/8 of an inch to about 3/8 of an inch off the rail. I can do the same thing with this shot. I'm aiming to split that little air gap that's right there. So, same thing, straight draw, split the air gap. Anywhere between 1/8 of an inch and 3/8 of an inch. If it's 1/8 of an inch off the rail, like this, then I'm actually going to aim right at the edge of the ball, not the air gap itself. But I want to aim through the center of this cue ball to the edge of the object ball, to the outer edge that's closest to the rail here. But I'm using low spin again, aiming right at that edge. Easy shots. I mean, there's a very easy shot. Now I'm going to go to the other extreme. I'm at the 3/8 mark. I can aim right at the gap. Right about there, I'm at a 1/2 inch. Once you get to a 1/2 inch, you start aiming closer to the actual nose of the cushion, straight across from the center of the ball. So I'm going to aim right there at the nose of that cushion once I'm about a 1/2 inch out of the rail there. So here, it's here. It's pretty easy to remember. Anywhere between 1/8 and 3/8, you just aim right at the gap. To put your tip right in there in that gap. If it's 1/8, you aim at the edge of the ball. If it's a 1/2 inch, you aim at the edge of the cloth, at the edge of the rail there. Now when the ball gets out here and you're 1 inch away or 3/4 of an inch, the same principle applies, but you're coming further in on the cloth. Here I would go about a 1/4 inch in on the cloth. But the further out you get, like here, you don't have to come off the rail to make this ball. You can shoot the ball to this side of the pocket and create some angle with the cue ball. Those are different shots, not what we're looking at. But I shot all those using just some draw to bring the cue ball over here. Let's say this was there, and it looks like this. You're playing a game of 8 ball and you've left yourself down here, and it looks like this. Now I can't use the draw shot. I could use a stun shot and just aim at the same place, which is going to be like shooting a stop shot, except I'm going to be aiming here and it's going to carry them off and roll out to here. Or I could just use straight follow, one tip above center, aim at that spot, and come out like that. The stun shot would look more like I said, it's a stop shot. It would be the feel of the shot is going to feel just like this. Well, I drew the ball back because I'm kind of rushing through it, but can't help but draw the ball. So here we go. Just the stop shot, you're going to do this. So if I do that same thing, but aim at the gap instead of the ball, I'm coming straight off the rail. So those are pretty easy shots. Just aim at the gap. If it's 1/8 of an inch out, you aim at the edge of the ball. If it's 3/8 of an inch out, to a 1/2 inch, you aim at the edge of the cloth. Once you get further out, you're aiming further out here, you know, and you're taking a chance on missing the ball because there's more room for it to play and hit here or hit there and not go. But it would still be out here, and you can use draw. Just have to get used to doing it. But it comes up a lot, even from back here. The same principle applies. The only difference is from back here, you don't want to use draw, because the angle here, the cue ball's going to hit the rail here, hit the 12 ball, and then draw back into this. You want to be up here somewhere. So from here, you just shoot the stop shot, aim at the gap like you're going to shoot a stop shot. Let the cue ball come up. And if you have to go all the way up table, you just shoot the shot a little harder. And on a diamond table like this, shooting it harder can cause it to rattle. So you have to pay attention to the equipment you're on. That's about it. Those are the shots I just wanted to talk about. They're really neat little shots. They come up all the time. Yeah, like if the ball's sitting out here, you're not going to shoot the draw shot. It's going to put you here. So you just want to shoot it like a stop shot. I drew it a little bit. I'm used to drawing that shot, but it works from everywhere. You just get used to manipulating the cue ball. So if it looks like that, and you have to get back there for the 8, you can just roll through this ball, little top, aiming at the gap, because I'm aiming straight at the gap because I have a 1/4 inch right there. If it were out a little bit further, I would aim at the edge. If it were closer, I would aim at the edge of the ball. But from here, I'm aiming at the gap. Straight top, no side spin. Cut the 8 ball right there. So, I just thought that would be a really neat shot to show. Comes up quite often. Yeah, I think I've shot enough of them.